Call the morning steam, it's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
And from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas, this is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Thursday, July 30th. Got a great sports betting day on hand, including 3 baseball games, early action here, also baseball evening card and WNBA here tonight as well. Thank you for joining me here on the show. Also got 1 game in the CFL. They're underway at the Rocket Classic here this week, and you can get my picks for the Rocket Classic right now over at winnable.com. There's still time probably to get on some of these players, but man, they're going low here this week in Michigan. That's for sure. This is the last time the Rocket Classic will be contended, and they've moved it to a par 70. I think here's what has transpired, and I don't know. It was supposed to be a little tougher course and take it out of the Bombers' hands, but got guys here shooting so far through 6 holes. You've got guys here. Peter Malnati is 5 under through 6 so far today. Keegan Bradley 3 under. Tony Finau 3 under. Michael Kim's back at it. Ricky 3 under here. Chris Kirk 3 under. Matt Kuchar 3. These guys are scorching the course here so far. Easy pickings. It might be a shootout here this week. My pick this week at the tournament is Xander Schauffele. So we'll see if X can do it. But man, it does feel like right now, out of the gate here, that it's anybody. Anything could happen here. Let me see if I get the picks going here. Take a peek at these anyway off the screen. There we go. My picks in here is Xander Schauffele, Siwoo Kim, and Matt Wallace. Also in here, I've got Patrick Cantlay, and I do have some Ricky Fowler in there. So, hey, go over to winnable.com/Ramon. You get my free picks each week in golf as well here and other sports. So check me out over at winnable.com and subscribe. Use promo code STEAM. Save 20% off the premium pick packages. And you get more picks from me every day here at winnable.com. You'll also get my cover the spread video each day that I send out, and you can pick up some of the winners here with me over at winnable.com. Had a couple winners here yesterday. We had the Braves under there, and there's videos that you can receive as well when you sign up for free over at winnable.com/Ramon. Okay, let's get talking a little bit about the action from yesterday and see how you did. Ricky just get a birdie right here to go to 4 under through 6. Man. And take a look at some of the games from yesterday and some of the results from Major League Baseball. We did have a few winners here on the show. We had the Marlins there on the run line against the Phillies, right? Plus 1.5 as they were able to beat the Phillies there yesterday. Keep rolling right now. Marlins 8-6. Love playing the Phillies all of a sudden. We also had a winner with Arizona and Pittsburgh game to go under yesterday, and that certainly happened in the 3-0 victory there for Arizona, as Eduardo Rodriguez was on his game yesterday as he was able to deal there for the Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks actually came through there with not only Eduardo pitching a shutout in the game, but key game, remember, in that series with Pittsburgh. Those teams are battling it out for the wild card, though. But Eduardo went 8 shutout innings there in that one. Toronto over Washington. 5-2. Kaz Okamoto, 3 hits, 2 RBIs for Toronto as they were able to win on the road. Mets and the Braves, they had a twin bill. Braves lost to the Mets in the first game. Carson Benge hit an RBI double. Braves won over the Mets in game 2 as Chris Sale struck out 9 over 6 innings. We did have the morning steam winner there in game 2 on the under in that game. Final score 1-0. Hey, once in a while we get one right. Baltimore crushed Detroit 10-9 in a wild one. We saw the Orioles trailed in that game 7-0. Final score 10-9. Orioles get the win in 12 innings nonetheless as they pounded there in the end in Detroit. All kinds of issues here right now. They don't know if they're buyers or sellers or what they're doing. Giants crush the Brewers 16-3. So they finally, for one day at least, pounded a Milwaukee team. Doesn't get beat too much like that, but at least Luis Rise had 4 hits and the Giants had 17 hits in the win. The Padres won 3-1 over the Rockies yesterday. Mason Miller saved number 28 in 28 chances. Will it be his last with the Padres? Will he get dealt in the days to come here with the trade deadline just a couple of days away? Padres did win their 5th in a row, and Gas Canning combined with Kyle Hart for 5 2/3 innings of no runs allowed. So there's Canning. He looked good. Cleveland here over Cincinnati 6-1, and they were able to have some offense here once in a while for the Guardians. At least we're able to come through on one day here anyway and knock off the Reds in that one as Kyle Manzardo had a home run and 2 RBI. Also, it was Kansas City 4-0 over the Twins. Twins get shut out again, but we talked about it here with the Royals, right? Usually they're in a game where they either are able to match up here, not get much pitching, but Dobnak of the Royals is the man who came through the former Twin. 7 innings and no runs. We didn't even hit that angle. Why didn't I think of that with Dobnak there? Also, it was the White Sox outlasting the Yankees 6-5. They got it done with Spencer Jones in a 3-run home run, but it was the White Sox in the end with the walk-off there in the bottom of the 9th inning as Cuero singled to score the game-winning run there as the Sox rallied from 5-4 down after the Yankees had taken the lead, but bases loaded walk in the bottom of the 11th, and then Cuero with the hit in the 12th inning in that one. A lot of extra inning games here yesterday. Cardinals over the Cubs in extra innings yesterday as well as Pete Crow Armstrong had a 2-run home run in the 10th inning, but Ivan Herrera had a walk-off RBI double in the 10th to give the Cardinals the victory. Houston gave us a morning steam winner yesterday as the Astros were able to knock off the Angels 7-4. Typical Angels here. Jeremy Pena home run. Yan Diaz hit a home run there for Houston. Vaughn Grisham doubled for the Halos, but they lost, and Boston won in extra innings 4-2 yesterday. I was on there over at the other channel at the drive-through and picked Boston as my pick there yesterday, and they were able to win it in that one. So also the Dodgers won, by the way, 4-2 over the Mariners, covering that run line, of course. Leave it to the Dodgers as they knocked off the Mariners 4-2. Andy Pages home run, Shohei Ohtani RBI double. But watch out today. In fact, if you wanted to, something to consider here anyway. The Dodgers tonight, right now, they are $1.50, $1.60. There is a strong possibility that Shohei Ohtani is going to be going on the injured reserve list here, possibly today. Now, that will affect the line. I'm not saying the Dodgers still can't win, but right now they're about $1.50, $1.60. If he is out, they will move that line certainly here. But that bicep flare-up a second time, additional setback with knee discomfort, going to have to rest this guy for a couple of weeks, so he's going to be ready for the postseason. And I would think it could happen as early as today. Let's see it. Maybe Shohei wants to fight through this, but he needs some time off. All right. Also, WNBA, we kept we split it, but we're still seeing it pretty well. We had Dallas here on the morning steam. Atlanta actually got the win there, right? Oh, man, what? The end of the game there, Atlanta gets the win. Sorry about that. 81-80 Atlanta with a last-second comeback. And Dallas did have them there, but Atlanta got the win yesterday. Also, Phoenix upset Golden State. Let's move on. Boy, forgot about that. Great comeback. I was watching it. All right, let's say hello to the folks in the chat here. And thank you for joining me on Morning Steam here. Who's here? Who's ready to go? Bobby Mack. Bobby Mack's here first. And Blake is here as well. Nick Handy, ready to go. Getting ready for action here this weekend in the UFC on Saturday. It's going to be, remember, at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific. And you can get some action right now with myself and BB. This week's guest on BB MMA Picks was Liam Picks Fights. Liam joined us here this week to go over the fight card. We went over 3 fights, including that welterweight main event here on Saturday with Uros Medic and Daniel Rodriguez, top 15 contenders. And hear Liam tell the story about Daniel Rodriguez spending 8 months in the Tijuana jail. Wasn't that a song by Johnny Cash? Rodriguez has won 3 straight, including a unanimous decision win over Kevin Holland 54 weeks ago at UFC 318. He was a 450 dog on that night in New Orleans. He's up against Uros Medic, the top-ranked Serbian in any division. This fight card is in Serbia. That's why it is at 10 a.m. Eastern and 7 a.m. Pacific time. So you're going to want to make sure that you're here with the guys here this weekend for our companion stream show for UFC Belgrade, and join them at just a few minutes of that. We'll adjust the time for the morning steam here this week. We'll come on the air at about 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific, so we can get ready for the guys to come through with the companion stream show. And have that main event between Medic and Rodriguez. So we will see there. Medic has also won 3 in a row, including a round 1 knockout win over Neal back in February as a plus 165 underdog. He did earn the performance bonus on that night. He's 5-2 since he moved to welterweight, and has also beaten Urbina and Salikov with a 100% finish rate in his wins. So get ready for our UFC card here this week with BB MMA Picks, and then we'll have the fight coverage here on the new Sports Money Network. Thank you for joining me here. All right, we're going to get ready to go over the card. It shouldn't take too long. There's only 10 games here today, including 3 day games, and then 3 in the WNBA and 1 in the CFL. We're gonna. I knew it had a C. I knew it had a U in it. I knew it had an F. All right, and we'll preview the action here right now. Let's get going. Don't forget, the guys will be along today at noon Eastern and 9 a.m. Pacific time with our baseball preview show, Bases Loaded. And it's very important today because we have a game starting at noon Eastern and 9 a.m. Pacific, and that game is the Rangers taking on the Rays in this one with Cole Winn going here in this one. Cole Winn going for the Rangers. For the Rays going to be Shane McClanahan. Now, Tampa Bay back to their winning ways. They were able to get it done yesterday and shut them down. So they're back at it here now. For Winn here, going to be a bit of an underdog. Winn really isn't going to be going very many innings here in this game. For McClanahan, he's been so solid all season with a 3.09 ERA, 1.14 WHIP, 212 batting average against. And the Rangers, they just stalled out yesterday. They'd been, pretty much on a roll, I would say, as far as their offense is concerned. but was Tampa Bay getting back to back to form here a little bit. So looks like Cole Winn gets the start over Eovaldi today. Eovaldi was originally set for this game here, but he may actually be moved here. I don't mean moved yet. Well, I don't know. Maybe he is getting moved, but let's see what you guys think here in this one. You got a Rays offense, certainly top 5 in both average and on-base percentage against right-handers this season, but they haven't been quite as efficient over the last few games. There have been a bottom 10 offense over the last 7 games, actually, and recorded just 1 earned run or less, 0 in some, in 3 of their last 4 starts against right-handed starters. So still have some solid left-handed bats to take advantage of these splits a little bit, but Rangers were held to just 4 hits yesterday as a team. They were shut down by Ian Seymour and the opener, Legumina, there yesterday. McClanahan should be in a pretty good situation here, it feels like, today, going up against the Rangers. So let's see what you have here in this one with the Rangers taking on the Rays here on Thursday afternoon. Let's go to the chat. As soon as I can get the right signals up here. There we go. Okay, here we go. And good morning to James Parham here today, and AJ's here. AJ, Cash Kane is here as well. Robert talking about the cards finish. Razors here this morning, ready to go here with our coverage here today as well of horse racing action. It's Thursday, so the action's starting to pick up here today. We got some nice cards coming up. We've got Delaware. Your Razors practically taking you out to Delaware this season. Also, Saratoga today as well. Woodbine, Del Mar, all in action here today. And Cash Kane here, he likes the first 5 to tie in this one. Here is Public Enemy today. Good morning. He's on the Rays on the money line. And yeah, I thought DeGrom was going here, but right now, most signs indicate that Winn goes here in this one today for the Rangers. So it looks like a little bit of a certainly a decline a little bit. I mean, Winn is certainly a bit of a prospect here, but actually, Winn is more just a opener in this game. Actually, I believe the pitcher who will come in after Cole Winn is going to be Marco Gonzalez, and he'll be pitching on 8 days rest after making his Rangers debut back on July 21st. He did earn his first career save there, but again, it looks to me like more like a bullpen game here, really. But for Marco Gonzalez, did have 3 scoreless innings in that game, 2 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts in that game. So they're going to have to go to other pitchers beyond that too. I mean, this is kind of a lopsided spot. That's for sure between these two right now as far as Winn is concerned, and then Gonzalez, even though Marco came in and got that game. But all right, let's see what you think here. Gavin Lux did hit the injured list for Tampa Bay here recently as well, so we'll see what the move kind of is with that one too. Okay, anything else here's Cash Kane on the run line here with the Rays, and Roberts on the Rays, first 5 here. McClanahan 6+ Ks for Blake. Hello to Pops in the chat. He likes the Rays. He likes the under. Man, the Rays, just they're just unstoppable here, these Rays. I'll probably take them too. Let me take them in the First 5 here. We're getting ready to open the markets here right now. Let's see how it goes today. Feels like it's going to go south here to start. Okay, I'm going to take the Rays here myself, and I'm going to take them in the first 5. Give me the Rays in this one with McClanahan. And for this first 5 play here, I'm going to have to go probably the money line's still a little pricey here, so I'll end up going here minus a half a run at minus $1.10. Okay, but I do see that Jake Paul is opening. Jake Paul and opening the bell there. Jake Paul opening the bell there at the NASDAQ today with the combination of MVP and PFL. So interesting there to see Jake Paul ranking with the group ringing the opening bell at the NASDAQ there today. All right. And Nine Legacy says a raise on the run line, but he said it into his phone and they thought he was raising like a raise. That was my nickname. But when I was a softball, they said Razor on the back because I like Razor Ramon, but they spelled it since I was a poker player and a poker dealer. It was on the back of my jersey. It wasn't Razor. It was Raiser. Razor. Get it? Okay, I'll take first 5 there in that one. Let's move on to the next one here now. It's going to be the Royals taking on the Royals. Oh boy, it's a split inter squad game here. Here we go. Royals and Twins with Noah Cameron goes here in this one. For the Royals, for Cameron, 4.93 ERA, 5-8 record. For Bailey Ober here, and look at what else is messed up about this graphic? There we go. Maybe we should go back to the fancy graphics. For Bailey over here, 4.55, the ERA in this one, and he's got a 7-3 record. On the season here, Twins are favored despite the fact that, man, that offense can't get it together sometimes. They're so hit and miss. These Twins, they can be really good, but they whipped yesterday. Over here, he's 10-4 to the over here this season, and Cameron is 12-6 to the over this season. But more importantly, Cameron 5-14 actually are the Royals in Cameron starts. And for Over, they're 9-6 when he starts, but still laying $1.35 here or so. Over 1.24 whip, 250 batting average against, and a 272 BABIP. And for Cameron here, I mean, his last 2 games, he threw 7 shutout innings against the Tigers with 8 strikeouts in his last game, but prior to that, he gave up 7 earned runs and 9 hits to the Padres. He has faced the Twins twice this season and held them to just 1 earned run in both matchups. But the Twins have had their share of struggles against left-handed pitching. They haven't been good in recent games at bottom 5 offense over the last week, and they've averaged just 1.6 earned runs per game in their last 10 matchups against starting left-handed pitching. So this offense has looked not too good in this series so far, but Ober had flashes of being decent for a while. He's struggled, though, more frequently than that. 250 batting average against. His splits are way better at home games, so 2.68 ERA here. So I'm going to have to take the Twins in this one. I know it's a favorite here, $1.35, but I'm going to need a win here on the Morning Steam Show. So give me the Twins here minus $1.35. The Royals did have 4 earned runs yesterday off of Joe Ryan, and somehow this guy who was starting to cook just had his worst 2 games of the season against the worst 2 lineups in Major League Baseball. That's baseball, Susan. Okay, here we go. Cash Cane's on the over. Pops is on the under. 9 Legacy. Royals. Also, Robert's on the under here. A lot of under action here. Blake is on the under as well. Yeah, I kind of like the under as well in this game. It does bother me a little bit that, Cameron 12-6 to the over, and Ober sounds like Ober. So no, he's just kidding. Over is 10-4 to the over. So, but Kansas City right now definitely in an under position here as far as their last week or so of games. I mean, they've been a steady under here all of a sudden, big time actually. Minnesota has certainly the starting pitching advantage, I think, with Ober Cameron should have enough offense, I would think. Kansas City still 20-36 on the road. Problem for Minnesota, they've got a bullpen ERA of 4.96. And Kansas City, though, has gone under, like I said, in 6 of their last 8, and the other 2 games were pushes in there, so no overs in the last 8 games. And they've also gone under in 4 of their last 5 road games with a push as well. I'll go with the Twins, though. Next up, we've got the Yankees on the road, taking on the White Sox with Weathers goes for the Yanks. For Weathers here, 4.25 ERA, a 4-7 record, 1.26 WHIP, 255 batting average against, a 318 BABIP. For Burke here, 3.19 ERA, 7-5 record, 1.11 WHIP, 223 batting average against, and a 286 BABIP coming into this one. The White Sox were able to get it done yesterday over the Yankees. And look, Weathers, he's like I said, 4-7, not great here. Weathers, we try to talk him up like, hey, he's on the Yankees and everything, but he's got the strikeouts, but he's given up runs too. 27% K rate, but across his last 3 starts, he's been a little bit better here of late. He's actually better on the road than he is at the stadium. It faces this same White Sox team back in June and went 6 1/3 innings, 8 strikeouts and just 3 hits and 1 earned run. So Weathers kind of dominated the White Sox in that game. The Sox offense has been solid against left-handed pitching this season, but not lately. They're averaging just 3.7 hits and 1.2 earned runs per game in their last 10 matchups against starting left-handed pitching. They did have 3 earned runs off of Max Fried in game 1 here, but Burke, meanwhile, he's been probably the best overall starter in this White Sox rotation, and it does strike out guys quite a bit. And the Yankees offense has been searching right now for anything to get going. Right, they're in the bottom 5 over the last week, that's for sure. And had no issues against Schultz and Kay, really, but they were able to get to Davis Martin there yesterday, and did go 12 innings. So we'll see. I mean, the bullpens might be a little bit shot here right now. Now, there's no question here. The White Sox at home, 30-23 to the over, and I'll kind of want to go that direction here. But let's see what way you guys have it. In this one with the Yanks and the Sox. I mean, White Sox are a legitimate division leader right now, 56-51. They're starting to, I'm not saying create separation, but remember, these teams are kind of all struggling to get to 500 as in the race to the top. But the White Sox on that great home record, they're also 6-1 in their last 7 against teams above 600 winning percentage. The Yankees have been hot on the road, no doubt, 8-1 in their last 9 on the road. And the Yankees do have that MLB top bullpen too right now. And New York does pitch well on the road, really. So let's see, though, from the chat, see what we got. It's going to be, hey, AOD is here today. He's got the morning steam. It's time to break one for cover. Vargas here, home run for Cash Kane. Pop says White Sox and over. Bobby Max on the White Sox. Here's Public Enemy on the Twins. Hey, Public Enemy just changed change personalities. Okay. Also, White Sox money line. Hello to Elliot in the chat. He likes White Sox and the over. Blake is on the White Sox 9 legacy. Stick with the Yankees here. And hello to Jimmy Lambo. He thinks the Chargers are going to win it. What? They're going to win it all this year? I mean, oh, come on, Chargers. Well, anybody knows that ever since Harbaugh came, and I can easily be critical of the Chargers as long as the Spanos family is in charge. But I think I've clearly been on the Chargers. I mean, not bandwagon. I'm a Chargers fan, but I mean, I will be critical. But getting Harbaugh was the best thing that they could have done, and now everything seems to be under control. That even with the crooked Spanos is in there. I call him crooked Spanos. I call him. Let me get Mikey in here. Give me some Trump. But I'm on these Chargers, and I like that you're taking them in a futures bet. And it says, and Jimmy's like me, I know I took a lot of heat from these guys on the channel because I'm a McDaniel guy. I'm a McDaniels kind of guy. So I think he's got a great situation. He probably should be a head coach in the league, but if he's going to be the offensive coordinator for the Chargers, I think they're going to light it up. All right, I'm going to make my call here in this one with the Yankees and the White Sox here. Let me take the White Sox here in this one in the first 5 against Weathers here. I think that's more key for me. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go with the White Sox here in the first 5. Try to get to Weathers, I think, is going to be the play for me. Give me the Sox here in this one in the first 5. Okay. Let me get that price here, though, real quick. It is at, I'll take a minus $1.25 on the money line. Give me the Sox in this one. All right, Malnati's only 7 under through 9. I mean, he's not going to go 59. This guy's about to get a 57. Hopefully the back nine's a little tougher. Okay, here we go. Oh, he says, yeah. And that was part of the problem, right? Sorry about that, you guys. That was part of the problem is, building a complete team in Miami. Okay, let's keep it moving here right now on the Morning Steam Show. Next up, Cubs going to take on the Cardinals here. Javier Assad goes for Chicago. For Assad here, 3.85 ERA and 6-1 record for Assad. For Andre Palante, he's 11-6 with a 3.77 ERA, 1.21 WHIP, 242 batting average against. Palante's been pretty good too, but we know the Cubs bats, it feels like, have been better than the Cards bats, right? For Assad, all they do is win with Assad. They are 7-1 with Assad on the mound so far. His numbers aren't great, but they're not too terrible. 3.86 ERA, 1.12 WHIP, as I said, and doesn't walk a lot of batters, that's for sure. So, look, Imanaga was going to be the starter here, but Tyone gets DFA'd, and the Cubs are going to give the starters an extra day rest. Assad has been pitching mostly out of the bullpen and making bulk relief work, but he probably should be in the rotation here. I mean, it's not like Assad is allergic to the rotation. Cardinals' offense has been pretty bad. Bottom 5 against right-handed pitching this season, and just as bad in the last week. Bottom 3 in slugging, PS, weighted runs created as well. They had one good start against Hunter Green, of all things, but this lineup's only had 2 earned runs or less in all their other 7 recent games, including matchups with Colin Ray, Rhett Lauder, Merrill Kelly. Those guys are nothing. So I got to wonder right now, this doesn't seem like a situation where the Cards probably should be favored here, I don't think. The move is clearly on the Cardinals here, like they know something. The Cubs were the $1.25 favorite coming in, and the since then it's been all Cardinals money, a landslide of Cardinals money, and I got to take the Cubs just because of that. maybe this is one of those situations where the Cubs are going to come in. But if you like your Cubs at a discount price, you can get them here right now. I believe with this big line move here. Palante does have a 3.77 ERA on the season. He's had 2 shutout stints in his last 5 games, but did allow 14 earned runs across the other 3. So it's been hit and miss with Palante so far. Now, one of those shutout stints did come against the Cubs 2 weeks ago. He still allowed 5 hits, but he didn't go all the way. And the offense here for the Cubs, man, I don't know. Palante's coming off a good performance against the Reds, 8 strikeouts over 7 innings. But the Cubs lineup's been good against right-handers, we know, all season, and they are the best offense in the league over the last week. So prior, they got held scoreless by Dusty May, but other than that, they're averaging 3.6 earned runs in the previous 10 games against right-handed starting pitchers, and did have 4 more earned runs in 3 straight against McGreevy, Ashcraft, and Skeens. So top of the board right there. So I don't know. I think there could be some people on the cards here, but I just can't do it at this price now. Cubs open the favorite. Or did I miss was there a key injury here in this game that's keeping somebody out? Let's go to the chat. Maybe they'll tell me what's up. Chicago's gone over in 4 straight, and also 4 straight on the road. St. Louis has gone over in 4 straight against teams above 500, and the Cardinals do have a 4.33 bullpen ERA. Here come the picks from the chat. It's going to be Bobby Mack talking about, these guys are paying video game numbers today. Here's 9 legacy on the Cubs, and Pops likes Assad. Here's Cubs for Public Enemy, Cubs for Blake, Cubs for Elliott. It'd be one of those where people be like, everybody likes the Cubs. I'm taking the other team. Robert's on the over. Cubs for Cash Kane. Here's Kane, those taking Cardinals first 5 and Cubs money line. And hello to Ron Borkman here today. He likes the Cubs on the money line too. Man, everybody loves the Cubs. We better load up on these Cubs. Maybe it's an afternoon game here. Getaway day in St. Louis, and like I said, clearly a line move to St. Louis. I'm on the Cubs. Next up, the Marlins on the road with Yuri Perez takes on Nolan McLean and the Mets. Mets are favored here by $1.30 in total, and 7 over 15 for Yuri. Comes in here with 3.55 ERA, a 5-8 record here for Perez. 1.15 whip, 205 batting average against, and a 252 BABIP for Perez. For Nolan McLean, obviously solid numbers here as well. Comes in here with a 3.32 ERA. He also has a 1.11 whip, 206 batting average against. These numbers are almost mirror images of one another here with this one, and it does feel like we could see a pretty good pitching duel, I'd have to say, with these 2 starters. You got for Yuri here, really been strong of late. Last 3 games, 0.95 ERA, 0.74 whip, and a 33% K rate. He's gone 6+ innings in each of those games, and the Marlins have been working him pretty hard here. The Mets offense, they've been bottom 5 against right-handed pitchers on the year, and they haven't looked good again here. They've failed to get 2 or more 2 earned runs against any of their last 8 right-handed starting pitchers that they've faced that have at least gone more than 3 innings. So not against an opener here, doesn't include those stats. But so you're down Soto, and McLean's been, certainly good this season for the Mets with his numbers, 29% K rate, just 2 earned runs in his last 4 starts here for McLean. But you don't want to trust the Mets here as a favorite against the Marlins, who are all of a sudden coming back, and they've won 3 straight again, the streaky Marlins here. So maybe the Mets were having a little bit of a good stretch, but Let's see how you guys want to play this one. The Marlins offense has been solid, despite that crazy losing streak in there. They did struggle in the slump. That's what slumps are all about. But they found momentum again. They just swept the Phillies, and they're taking on the sad sack Mets right here. I'm going to take the Marlins in this one. Give me the Marlins here. I think Yuri Perez shuts the Mets down here, possibly, is the thing that I'm looking to have happen. I will say this: the two pitchers are combined 23 and 15 to the over, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Let's see what the chat says in this one, huh? And where is the consensus, right? Where is that? Elliot here is on the Marlins and the under. Public Enemy on the Marlins. Ron Borkman on the Marlins. Look at the Marlins picks the lineup. They were saying it before I was, right? I mean, Bobby Mack on the Marlins. Pops on Miami. Everybody liking Miami here in this one. I don't think we need to go much further here with these two. The Mets are still 17 games under 500, and you're going to lay $1.33 with them here. Like I said, McLean does give you meaningful pitching edge here, I think, over Perez, but Perez has been we've looked elite, actually, allowing only 5 earned runs in his last 26 innings. So that's 4 meetings between these two have gone under. Okay, here we go. Next up, got the Pirates taking on the Reds here in this one, with the Reds throwing Rhett Lauder on the mound. 5.61 ERA, 3-7 record coming in. He's up here against Johan Ramirez for the Pirates here. Ramirez is a reliever making his first start of the season, so he is an opener here, and he is opening for Hunter Barco, believe it or not. Ramirez is listed as a starter, but he's only going to be in there. Now, he's not a one-inning opener here. He could actually go a little bit further, despite the fact that 44 relief appearances, 215 batting average against, will be in there in the first inning. And then I'm expecting Hunter Barco to go in this one. So the Reds had a bottom 10 offense for sure in the recent games here, struggling to even score runs, just 3 runs in the last 2 games, and they're not even better at home. And maybe against left-handers they may be able to find it a little bit, but the Reds could give Barco and the Pirates bullpen some issues maybe here, although Barco has been a solid AAA pitcher recently. Lauder's been inconsistent this year. He's been used mostly as a reliever in the last couple of games. He has 15 starts and 18 appearances, but has a 5.61 ERA here and 271 batting average again. So we got some inexperienced pitchers here, and when that happens, if you look at the two offenses combined and you didn't even throw the pitching, I mean, what would you do? You've got the Pirates with this game's virtually a pick'em here. You've got the Pirates here with the second highest batting average against the Reds with the worst batting average. You've got the Pirates, they're second in RBIs. The Reds are 28th in RBIs. You've got the Pirates, they're second in runs scored. The Reds are 27th in runs scored. You've got the Pirates, they lead the major leagues in hits. The Reds are last in hits. Now, maybe the Reds are at home and they'll just flip the script and turn it around. I'm going to go with the Pirates in this one. I don't want to go with a premium after that skit. All right, here we go. Cash Cane is on the over. Public Enemy says over. Maybe the over is the call. Cincinnati first 5 here for Jimmy Lambo. He likes the Reds a little bit. Robert says for Pirates first 5. 9 Legacy says Mets on the run line, and he likes the Reds on the run line. He likes the Reds on the run line. Okay.
Lineup.
Let's see here. Are getting me some update here right now. Let me see if we can get it out there. Just into the morning steam here. Let's Elliot's pick is in as well. He likes the Pirates on the money line and the under here. Okay. Let's see here. Jordan Montgomery is going to make another rehab start on Sunday. That's why the Rangers have gone to the opener bullpen game today to push everyone back, is I think what's happening here. So we'll see with Montgomery possibly slated to return. Eovaldi, DeGrom, Rocker are lined up to face the Astros this weekend. Montgomery is traveling, apparently, with the team. So there's some information on that opener. Okay, I think we'll move on now. Next up, the Nationals here are taking on the Braves with Jake Urban, and he's up here against Grant Holmes today. For Urban here, comes in with a 5.22 ERA, 2-4 record overall, 241 batting average against, a 304 BABIP. Urban is 7-3 to the over in his starts this season for Atlanta and Grant Holmes. Holmes comes in here with 3.79 ERA, 6-4 record, 240 batting average against. The Braves are 13-6 with Holmes on the mound here, but the Nationals are on the road. This is where we like to take them, and Holmes is nothing special here. Now, both these offenses could possibly click, I would think, here, right? Atlanta is 32-20 at home, and they do have a great bullpen as well here. 3.43 ERA. Washington has that 5 ERA in the bullpen, but Urban, solid matchups here recently, and I think here also you've got an Atlanta team. They've gone over in 4 straight in the division, 4 consecutive over at home. 3 of the last 4 meetings have gone over in this series between these two teams. And not only that, you've got Washington. We know how strong they've been on the road, one of the best road teams in the majors. That's where we're looking to take them, it feels like. Urban here is pitching for the first time now in since May 23rd, and ironically, he faced the Braves in that one. So coming off the 60-day injured list here. He did have a rehab assignment back on July 13th, and a couple of them actually. 3 games, 11 and a third innings, allowed just 2 hits total and 3 shutout stints. Did not allow a run in any of his innings. Did only pitch 63 pitches last time, but he'll probably do that today, probably go 4 innings or so if he can get that far. Braves offense did not look great yesterday in that doubleheader. They've been struggling here, bottom 10 offensively in the last week, and they're starting to strike out even more. They've been held to 1 earned run or less in 4 straight games against pitchers like Christian Scott, Shane Baz, Brandon Young, and Michael King. Those are all, pretty strong arms for sure. Urban actually faced the Braves in his last start prior to his injury, and he no-hit them for 5 innings and struck out 7, and he was removed with the no-hitter. So maybe here the Braves might be, subject to dominance from Urban. He has good numbers against them, but man, I don't know. The Nationals are on the road here. You think they're going to pound here, I would think. Holmes has had issues all season. For a while, he was walking the house. But now it does have an 8% walk rate in the last 3 games here. I know the Nationals strike out a lot, but Nationals are still top 5 against right-handed pitching this season, and probably top 3 over the last week right now. So let's see what you got in this one. Here we go with the chat picks. Mr. Westcliff is joining us today. And here's Cash Kane. He's on Olsen. AOD says, go Nats, go. Cash Kane here is on the over. Bobby Mack says, take the Nats first 5 over. Elliott's going over here. Cash Kane says the Braves will have success against Jake Urban. And 9 Legacy likes the Nationals here in this one. I do too. I like the Nationals here. Let me take them in this one. I'm going to take them at this price. I think the price is what you got to look at here with the Braves at 45 or so. Look, the Nationals aren't, they're a game over 500. The Braves are 18 games over 500, but Nationals on the road are a little bit different. They're 32-20 on the road. The Braves at home, they're 32-20. So let's take the Nats. The Giants and Robbie Ray goes for the Giants here, and for the Padres, J.P. Sears. Now for Sears, all of a sudden this guy comes in, shows up, and looks like a decent pitcher. If the Padres are going to just bring in a guy, they've had these other guys they're trying to put in the rotation because these starters are never coming back, unfortunately, this season. Maybe Nick Pivetta, but right now the Padres cannot get any of these guys healthy here right now with Musgrove, with the Yu Darvish here, with Pivetta. They're just not really doing it now. Also here, the Padres DFA'd Matt Waldron, but he's not a major league pitcher right now. Now, Musgrove did throw bullpen after throwing to hitters, but it just seems like Pivetta, it seems closer than Musgrove right now, I think. All right, for Sears here, he's 1-4 to the under with the Padres so far. 1.17 WHIP, 226 batting average against, and a 244 BABIP for Ray. Giants are 12-8 with Robbie Ray on the mound. 3.18 ERA, 1.3 WHIP coming into this one for the Padres here. They come in on a 5-game winning streak right now. They're 5-1. Their last 6 as a home favorite. Giants are just 20-35 on the road. So the Padres hold the advantage in the bullpen as well by about a half a run. Giants are 1-4 to the under in their last 5. Let's see how you guys have it here. This one with the Padres today. It was going to be Ramon Marquez, but I think Sears here going to go with the left-hander. Padres have had a top 10 offense of late with this winning streak. They're not as great against left-handers, I know that, but and Ray's having a good season here with some of these numbers, 21.5% K rate, but a 14% walk rate. Those stats are in his last 3 starts. So Giants have been better offensively here. They're just coming off that big 16-run outburst against the Brewers. But Padres here, slight favorite at home, and they do kind of have advantages here. I would think against the Giants, trend-wise, right now coming in, the Padres are. Let's see here. It hasn't been a dominant series necessarily. Let's see what the chat says. Ron's on the Padres. Elliot's on the Padres. Bobby Mack says Padres first 5 and 9. Legacy's on the Padres on the run line. Oh, man. Okay. I'm going to go first 5 under with Ray and Sears here with a couple left-handers going. I'll take first 5 under, but I think I might be just taking the chat's advice here and rolling with some premium action and the way they're giving it out here right now. So let's see here what the price is on this first 5 under for the Padre game here. That's what I'm going to take. First 5 under. Oops. And that is going to be 4.5 runs. All right. I thank you guys in the chat there. Let's keep it moving here. I got a couple more. Yep. Here we go. The Red Sox, it's not Ray, it's Gray. And Sonny Gray, 2.78 ERA, 12-2 record here. Boston's 1-3 of 4 still. They're still, even yesterday, the game went 10 innings. They still covered the run line. And Boston here, 31-22 on the road this season. They are $1.80 in this game now. Even this seems like a little bit tough to swallow, but Gray's 12-2 with a 2.78 ERA. The Red Sox are 14-5 with Gray on the mound. Now for the A's here, this is Mason Barnett. He's 1-1, 14 appearances, first start of the season. 228 batting average against, 250 the BABIP here for Barnett. So a little bit of inexperience here for sure coming into this one. Sonny Gray, he's got a little bit of experience, I'd say. But let's see how you have it here, because feels like if the Red Sox were able to get it done yesterday when it was kind of a scare, you'd think they could probably do it again with Gray. It's been so elite this season with constantly, just even when he's bad, he just mows through it a little bit and gets you out of there and keeps you in the game. It doesn't have his great stuff. He is coming off one of his worst starts against the Blue Jays. Does have a 3.71 ERA and a 1.47 whip over his last 3 starts, so he hasn't been as good, but the Athletics offense hasn't been good at all. We know that. They're able to scrape a few runs here and there, but it does feel like a bit of a mismatch here in this one. But man, $1.80 when it was $1. Man, it would open much lower than this, that's for sure. Let's see what you guys have here in this one with Barnett going here right now. He's not going to be in there for very long. And like I said, doesn't even have a start here this season. So I imagine the Red Sox here will end up, in a bullpen game in this one. They'll probably end up going here with, So trying to piece it together a little bit for this Red Sox rotation here anyway, and see what who is going to be involved here. Let me take a look after Mason Barnett here. Okay, here we go. Oh, geez. Oops. I said Red Sox, and then I looked at the Red Sox chart. So I think here it'll be probably Luis Morales, probably Scott Blewett. I would imagine that would be it. And then I think those 3 guys are going to have to share the bulk of the load here in this one. Yesterday, Hayden Junger came in. He had a blown save. Jose Suarez eventually got the loss. He only went 12 pitches. Maybe Suarez could get out there again, but Suarez in his last 2 appearances has a blown save and a loss. So, that you're going to eventually get to Luis Medina and Alvarado. He's going to probably be out today with 24 pitches yesterday. So I'm going to take the Red Sox here in the first 5 in this one. Give me the Red Sox first 5 here over the A's. I think it's a pretty solid spot for the Red Sox. Pretty easy just to take them, line them up here, and let them win again, because that's what they've been doing here for the last month. Pretty much win every game. So I'll take them, though, again. I'll take the Red Sox against these A's right now that can't seem to get it together. Not only that, the A's have the best bullpen, or the Rays have the best bullpen in baseball with a 3 ERA. The A's bullpen has a 5.52 ERA and a 1.5 whip. That just sounds like some crappy reliever. That's their whole bullpen. So let me take I'll go first 5. I'm talking about the bad bullpen, but Red Sox run line here for Bobby Mack. Kane says Red Sox money line, and Elliott is on the Red Sox on the money line. And finally here, we've got Seattle taking on the Dodgers with Brian Wu going for the M's. 4.37 ERA, 1.14 whip here for Wu. 241 batting average against, a 295 BABIP, 5% walk rate. For Sasaki here, he's 4-5, 18 starts, 1.29 whip, 239 batting average against, and a 268 BABIP here for Roki Sasaki. We know it's hit and miss a lot of times with him here, but man, the Mariners couldn't get it yesterday on the run line, and Dodgers were able to get it done there. So Wu, I don't think he's had quite the year that he was supposed to. He's capable of it, but this season he's been hit hard a lot, and on the road he's gotten hit hard. 1.5 whip on the road. He's given up 2 earned runs or more in his last 5 starts. And Dodgers have been top 5 offense, of course, and great at home, great against right-handers, top 2 actually against righties in the league. So with Wu kind of struggling on the road, I think the Dodgers could light him up in this one. Give me the Dodgers in the first 5 here in this one. Dodgers to light him up and pummel here against Wu that just is not performing well on the road. So Sasaki is susceptible, but at home, let me take him to at least be a little bit better here. I'll take the Dodgers at -0.5 a run at -110 as my last pick here on the morning steam. Let's see what the chat has to say in this one. And we've got here Cash Kane is on the over in this one. Robert is as well. Elliot is on the Dodgers, and Public Enemy likes the over here in this one. I got my own team of handicappers telling me to take the over here. That's it for Major League Baseball. Thanks a lot. Let's move to the WNBA right now. Man, we're going to finish this show in an hour. Well, it's an hour right now, but we can get through these 3 games in a matter of minutes. Let's start with the Lynx taking on the Tempo. You've got the hot Lynx against the cold Tempo. Tempo lost 4 in a row right now, but they're a covering machine. We know that. They usually lose. They cover. They lose and they cover. That's what they do. For Toronto, now Minnesota, we know they're the best team in the league. They've looked even better here now with Collier in the lineup, although Toronto did just stay within 7 points as a 16.5-point dog in that loss on Tuesday, where Minnesota scored 100 points for the second time this season against Toronto. Both games they've scored 100. The Tempo trailed by 17. They pulled to within 2 behind Mabry and Condi. And Toronto, they are a little bit depleted here. Jumping into this one right now, Toronto missing Nyara Sabali, Izzy Harrison questionable as well. So a little bit sketchy, but man, Toronto just continues to get the money every time. Now this is a high number, but they just went for 193. And I think they come out scorching here in this one. I think that's where I'm going to go. Over in the first half. Give me the over in the first half in Minnesota and Toronto. That's where I'm at. Yep. Minnesota's gone over in 9 of their last 10. Toronto's gone over in 5 of their last 6 and 4 of their last 5 at home. Toronto actually has one of the league's best offenses. It's just as they struggle on the glass, and that really is a combination we want for an over here. So give me the over in the first half in this one between Minnesota and Toronto. I think that feels pretty darn solid right now. Give me this over in this one first half. And for the game, though, it is also Minnesota here been over, like I said, 9 of their last 10. But more importantly, if you are looking to the over in this one, Toronto is 16-4 to the over as an underdog this season. Even I can figure that out. That's 80%. And a pretty good sample size there too, right? So give me the over here in the first half. It is 96.5, but I'm going to do it in this one. Give me the over. All right, first half. Here we go with some picks. It's going to be the Lynx, the hot Lynx on Cash Kane, and Mr. Weskers wants his own Ramon channel or something here. Elliot here. Public Enemies on the Lynx. Robert says Lynx first half as well. All right. Maybe we need a karaoke channel. You know, it's funny. You know, you see, I love my time here. I love being on the new Sports Money Network. I feel like I've helped contribute to a lot of these shows on the channel. But, you know, sometimes, I know we got a great audience here. We got a couple dozen of you watching right now. You know, I love my little league tournament. I love to watch the 12-year-olds. And calm down. in this tournament. You watch them on that little Game Changer channel, all the regionals, and I built some videos on my own little channel that I do with my high school coverage. But so we work very hard. Razor's horse racing, that's just a whole different, he's on a whole different level because that is a top level show with Razor. But I built these little league videos where I analyzed the whole tournament. I went searching through all the stats of the teams. They keep them on the Game Changer app, if you know what that is, right? So I built this whole report on my little high school channel about Little League, and those videos got like 1,000 views. And I'm sitting there spinning my wheels, with all due respect, for a couple of dozen of you. And, we're always going to handicap. We're never going to stop. But maybe I should just sit here and make Little League videos all day. Got 1,000 views on these videos that I just made on a whim because, I always cover the 12-year-olds. And this year I decided to step it up a little bit because with the AI and with everyone this is my thinking on this. I wasn't trying to go viral on it, but I like to cover things. That's why I like those other sports, CFL, WNBA, whatever, right? I like to cover things that aren't covered, right? So I thought to myself, I'm going to cover the Little League tournament like nobody else. You can't find anything like I've put up there on these games. You can go to Game Changer and they have little AI reports, but I take the thing into context of the whole tournament, right? And I've designed these national rankings for Little League teams, right? I ranked the top teams. There are other polls out there with Little League teams, but I did my own, and those videos went, I don't want to say that's viral. I mean, viral we know is 20,000 views, but just funny that and of course those parents are going to look at those, and no one has ever provided coverage where I'm taking it from every region tournament and turning it into these stories there. So Elliot says, am I going to call high school? I wish I was. I'm just going to do my own coverage here. I'll do post games with my teams on that little channel. But okay, just want to say that though. So that was funny that that happened like that. I thought it'd be viewed by maybe a couple hundred, but maybe that tournament, maybe the tournament is bigger than I thought, and I'm going to do it for every region now. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing it for every region. Okay, let's go to you know what, you guys? I think this is the last time I ever get to say this. It's a rivalry as long as the universe itself. When the sun takes on the sky. Is this the last game between the sun and the sky, or do they play one more? I mean, I'm going to miss saying my favorite saying here. The rivalry that is as long as the universe itself, the sun versus the sky. Well, the sky's favored by 5. Now, the sky's been, a really great cover here, despite not winning a lot of games, but they're one of those teams that have a poor record, cover a lot of spreads. Connecticut, they've been dramatically improved when it looked like they were going to be the worst team. They're still probably down there in the worst teams, but both these teams are not very good. But it is a matchup here with the sky. The way they're covering right now, they have been big time. They have a 5-game spread winning streak right now, and got 2 bottom tier teams for sure. And it just feels like that these games kind of end up going the way of the home team when the bad teams are playing. Got Connecticut. They're definitely a woeful offense in the bottom 3 for sure. And the Sky, they're certainly a little bit better, and they have some defense as well. The Sky have the best perimeter defense pretty much in the league. So I like the Sky, I think, here in this one, even laying the points. Now, it's tough, I know, to deal with the Sky, and they have some players out here still as well, but let me make sure the current injury report. Dejanay Carrington, I guess, is supposed to be moving in closer, but who knows? her relationship might be in shambles. Zura Stevenson is out here for Connecticut, but Brittany Griner is out. Aaliyah Edwards is out in this one as well. So I'm taking the Sky here to win this game, actually, and I'm going to lay the 5 points in this one against Connecticut. Connecticut's done an okay job here, and yes, the Sky probably not a great favorite necessarily, but Connecticut's 3-11 straight up on the road. The Sky actually wins 6-3 straight up as a favorite. Yes, they've got to cover a number here, but Connecticut is 6-8 against the spread on the road. I think the trends point to the over here. The personnel situation may make this one. Is it really up to 177 here? This thing opened as low as 171, and we've seen a lot of overs here right now. WNBA this season, you talk about, hey, you got to roll with the, hey, the underdogs and under, right? Not in the WNBA right now. 58% of the games are going over this season. 119 overs and 86 unders this season in the WNBA. And when it comes to underdogs, 60% of away underdogs right now are covering the spread. Home dogs, 59%. Okay, let's see here. Robert's going under, though, in this one. And Ron says, take the Sky. Buy the Sky and sell the Sky. And this. All right, and one more here. We got the Liberty taking on the Aces in this one. The Aces are favored by underscore 5.5. There we go. 5.5 point spread here in this one. Man, they can't contain this one, it feels like, with this total. Look at this. It's 180. Oh, it's down to 181 here. Whoa. That's a bit of a surprise. Now, maybe here, maybe the Aces can contain this Liberty offense. Now, we know the Liberty not playing any defense, and I've been harping on it all season. The Liberty, one-dimensional team, and I think that's why they're kind of getting exposed here right now in a lot of these games and, giving up a lot of points. So this is a tough matchup again for the Liberty. They've won 3 in a row right now, which is put them back on track here a little bit. They were definitely struggling, but they do have consecutive wins here over Dallas, Chicago, and LA. Obviously, 2 of those teams not very good, but not only that, they failed to cover the spread in all these games. 2-7-1 against the spread in their last 10, 3-11-1 against the spread on the road. Now, they are 3-1 against the spread as an underdog, which they are here, but again, not getting any defensive play from the Liberty out of Ionescu when she's been in there. It's been bad, and whoever else has been in there when she's been out, it's been bad as well. Brianna Stewart has got cement in her shoes here at this point. Watch for Bree Turner here, probably to have a pretty big game. She's already coming off her best game of the season last game out against Portland. She had 8 points and 4 rebounds. And here, I'm just talking about, one of the weaker players on the team, but she'll probably excel against a player like Stewart here right now. Now, look, I'm not going to say that Jonquel Jones isn't playing any defense because she's the best in the league, I believe, at center, but defensively. So let's see what you have, though, in this one with Vegas here. New York is 13-2 to the over on the road here. So you got to think this one can fly over again, don't you? I'm going to go over, I think, in this one. Let's see here. We've got Ace Public Enemy here is on the Aces. And Robert's on the Aces, too. Ron says, go LALB. Elliot says, I don't cuss enough. No, he says, right. That's the one thing I say. We interact, a lot of those channels, I feel bad sometimes when those comments just go rolling past the screen, and it's okay. We have a great conversation in the chat, but I like to do that. I think it's important. And plus, I'm just a lonely old man that loves to talk to the chat. It's better than talking to the AI, which is what I do when you guys aren't around. So give me the over in the first half here in this one at 89. And I do cuss, but I will say this: I do it very selectively. I use my cuss words very selectively. All right. I think that. Oh, we got one more here. We got is now. There's no Nuke unless Nuke was secretly waiting around for this moment, but he didn't say hello. He didn't say like and smash. So he might be busy today. Maybe he's out. You know, having lunch with his wife here, but let's put the game up right now because Nuke, you know, if he's here, we're gonna hear from him. But maybe the game isn't good enough. Maybe Nuke said, you know what, I don't need to. This game's not gonna hit my radar. So we've got here the line. This has been a disaster here, it feels like, for these two teams coming into this one. At least the Blue Bombers have a little bit of health coming in with Drew Brown coming into this one. He's got a pretty good matchup here, I would think. The Lions are 1-5. They've been really terrible here. For the Lions here, they're 1-5 now. Drew Brown is going to be in for Caleros here for sure, but for BC, they're going to have former Colorado Buffalo quarterback Caden Salter making his first CFL start because Rourke is unavailable, and not only that, the offensive line for the Lions here are depleted for sure. Winnipeg defense leads the CFL in sacks. So not only the Lions 1-5 straight up, they failed to cover in 5 straight, and they've lost 3 straight on the road. Their defense right now, I believe, they're okay, but I think you're going up against the Bomber defense. I've got the Bomber defense number one in pass. You know, I think they're number one against the pass. I think they're number 2 or so at getting to the quarterback here in this one, and I think the Lions just have now they do have a pretty good matchup in general with their defense against the Bombers here. So I'm going to take the under in this one. I'm going to take the under because I said so, but I think it's going to be a game where the Bombers probably have it their way. BC's averaged only 14.5 points in their last 2 games, and now they've got a first-time CFL starter with Rourke out. James Butler is out. Salter, he is kind of a running quarterback for sure, but Winnipeg's pass rush is going to produce enough here. They're going to sack him, might even force some turnovers here. I think Winnipeg can take advantage of the injuries in the secondary for BC. I think we're getting a one-sided game here tonight. I think Winnipeg probably gets in close to the low 30s, and BC might be stuck in the high teens in this one. All right, here's Robert. He likes the Lions team total over. Is that really their team total right there? Yeah, all right. That's going to do it for the Morning Steam Show. Thanks a lot, everybody. Coming up, we got some tennis action here from Washington, D.C., from Los Cabos, from Memphis today. We got about 12 matches, I think, today. So stick around. If you're a subscriber, you're going to get tennis plays here in a little bit. I know I've been up and down on tennis, but we did have a few winners yesterday anyway. In there. Where are we at? The show's over. Thank you for joining me, everybody, here on the Morning Steam, and I really appreciate you guys stopping by. And we'll be back tomorrow with more Morning Steam. We'll preview the Friday card, baseball, WNBA, CFL, and more. So please step by tomorrow and check me out here on the new Sports Money Network. That's going to do it for the Sports Money Network. I'm Ramon Scott. So long from Las Vegas. I think I'm out of here.
I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket.